Hello everyone, Agent Fluffy here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Justice for All, Farewell My Turnabout, Part 15. Before I continue on to this part, what Edric did in the last part, Part 14, really pissed me off. I am not gonna lie. That moment made me so shocked and angry, and I'm appalled he did that. I get trying to reach the truth and getting her to talk, try and get Adrian to talk, but I don't think he went too far in that one. That was like the dick move right there. But anyway, let's continue on. Farewell my turnabout. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Stabbed the body with the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What?
What do you mean by all this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt! That scumbag of a man! I'll never forgive him! He's trying to escape his guilt again! Just like last time! Last time? So, Ms. Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
That's right. Please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Cross-examination. My crime. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought, I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged piece of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. That was so you can get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Angard's Hakama? Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Soulbag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in Nickel Samurai's costume, then people would think that Matt was a real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Angard's room and planted the button?
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word! What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Angard! Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
But wait, Your Honor! The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as a murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Oh, God. Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remembered just now. I found this in a room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Hold it! Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Edward? Do you have any idea what you had stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time!
I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen Edward so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean? To be continued. Yes. Alright, investigation time. March 22nd, 5:24 p.m. Wright and Cole Law Offices.
Mr. Meyer! Mr. Meyer!
There, Pearls.
I can't take it anymore.
Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up, we don't have time to stand around crying. We had to get going.
You're right. Mr. Meyer's in much more pain than I am.
Yeah, that's right. So...
Hey, you guys! Glad got you, pal.
Mr. Scruffy Detective?
Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now.
It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal.
But we're kinda busy right now. Okay. What do you want to talk to me about? So, what are you going to do from now on?
What do you mean, pal?
Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet?
Oh, that? What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday.
What are you talking about? You don't have another payday?
I guess that means I'm just going to have to work here at your place, pal. So say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. On Guard's innocence all day, right?
Well, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all.
Come on, Mr. Nin. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things.
Okay. By the way, what's your best dish?
It's the noodles, pal.
Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy food? Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods?
That was the first time I ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself.
I can't believe it either, honestly. I honestly can't either. That angered me, honestly. I can't believe he said that. I'm with you, Gumshoe.
He said that? That's horrible.
But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth? Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, Belle? Why would she want to... No, I mean almost need to frame Mr. On Guard. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie per se, it just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgewood would like us to believe.
That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that.
Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still ain't in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting in the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No, well, I was kinda thinking about it. Hey, yeah, she got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal.
Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick.
No, I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Hardy Clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Look, it's my attorney's badge. Oh, it's a little tarnished, don't you think, pal? Don't worry, I'll make it all sparkly shiny again. I'm really touched. Could you please take a look at this? I can't think of anything to say about this, pal. Well, why don't I make us some Mr. Noodles instead? That's okay, really. So this nickel samurai was really Miss Andrews, huh? Yeah, this is either when she went to Mr. On Guard's room to get the knife, or when she was done with the foul deed, but I guess we'll never know. Let's see. It'll be okay. You'll see her again, little missy.
Yeah.
It's really important that you don't give up.
Okay.
I guess a big voice really does give you a sense of presence.
I won't give up. Ever.
Cheer up. You can't give in, Missy.
Yeah.
Hey, I know. I'll show you something cool. How's this? It's a real, genuine pistol. I don't have my pistol or my police badge anymore.
Cheer up. You can't give in.
Yeah.
What are those two doing?
People are jealous of my roguishly cool detective look, pal. It's because of this look that I passed the detective test, you know?
Oh.
But you know, people can't go through life on their looks alone, pal.
Yeah, you can't count on your looks alone.
Wow, I learned something new today.
Is she alright? After being shot, I mean?
Her wound isn't that bad. Well, the gunshot wound anyway. But the wound to her pride, that's a different story, Belle.
The wound to her pride?
Well, until now she's always upheld the Von Karma creed. But since she came here, well, you've given her pride quite a beating, pal. Oh, I mean, she may act all grown up, but she's really still just an 18-year-old. Quite frankly, I worry about her, pal. That's the first time I've seen that side of Mr. Edgeworth, Belle. Forcing people to say what he wants them to during testimony. I want to know what in the world happened to him all this time he's been gone. I'm not a real fan of action shows or anything, but I know who Wonkarita Matangard are. Wonkarita, though, he was always desperately trying to be better than Matangard. Let's see. I can't believe it. Maya's getting kidnapped all because of this guy. I mean, what kind of person's a real murderer anyway?
Maybe they're a big fan of Mr. Engard?
But the kidnapper's voice, he sounded like an old man to me.
My impression of her has totally changed, Belle.
So where is she right now?
I'm sure she's being questioned down at the precinct. At the very least about messing with the body and obstructing the investigation. And she'll probably be staying over at the detention center.
The detention center, huh?
She was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor.
Because of the suicide of the mentor she depended on. Adrian Andrews tried to follow her in attempted suicide. Now the question is, who is Miss Andrews relying on now? Let's see. Alright, ran out of time. So, in the next part of Farewell Nocturna Belle, we are going to explore some places like the Haunted Clinic, the hotel lobby, the detention center, and also explore some more stuff. Criminal, and especially Criminal Affairs Department. So, this has been Agent Fluffy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Agent Fluffy here, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to support me even more, feel free to support my Patreon. The links are right here.